How to establishing a simple server using stream sockets. Program manage each client connection with a socket object. In the step 2, the server client indefinitely blocks for the attempt by the client to the connect, means client to the server. The listen to listen from a client connection, the program calls server sockets called accept. Means this socket server is used to connect with the server.accept to return a socket when a connection with the client is established. The sockets allow the server to interact with the client. In step 3, the output stream and the input stream objects are enabled to the server, which will be communicated with the client by sending and receiving in a type of bytes, in a formation of bytes. The server invokes methods, means get output stream on a socket to get a reference to the socket output stream, and invokes method get input stream on the socket to get a reference on the socket's input stream. In the step 4, it is the processing phase in which the server and the client communicates in the form of output stream and the input stream objects. In the next method, step 5, both the transmission transmission will take place, and it will be in a process, and after the completion of that, the server will closes the connection by the close method on the stream and on the socket. Establishing a simple client in Java requires 4 steps. In step 1, the socket construct establishes a connection to the server in the form of socket connection. If the connection attempt is successful, the statement returns a socket. A connection attempt that fails throws an instance of a subclass of input-output exemption. An unknown host exemption occurs when the system is unable to resolve the server name. In step 2, the client uses socket methods get input stream and get output stream to obtain reference to the socket's input stream and get output stream. After that, it is a processing phase in which the client and the server communicate via the input stream and the output stream objects. Later, the client closes the connection when the transmission is completed by invoking the close method on the stream's client-server interaction with stream socket connections. Method run server sets up the server to receive a connection and process one connection at a time. Method display message uses the event dispatch thread to display messages in the application JText area. Swing utility methods invoke later receives a runnable project as its argument and places it into the event dispatch thread for the execution. It ensures that we don't modify a GUI component from a thread other than the event dispatch thread. We use a similar technique in this method for the set text file editable. Client-server interactions with stream socket connections. Socket method get int address returned to the internet address by using the package of java.net containing information about the client computer. Internet address get method get host name returns the host name of the client computer. IP address and the host name are the useful for testing networking applications on your local computer, which is known for the loopback addresses. Note the call to the object output stream method by using flash. It causes the object output stream on a server to send a stream header to the corresponding client or object input stream. The streamer header contains such information as the version of object serialization being used to send objects. This information is required by the object input stream so that it can prepare to receive those objects correctly.